Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to the first weekly that I've uploaded onto YouTube in 2019. I'm going to start out sketching a quote from the film Lilo and Stitch. I have used this weekly layout in a bullet journal about 2 years ago, so points to you if you can scroll that far back in my Instagram that you can find this weekly layout in another journal. I'm going to try and make all of the spacings of my letter one dot space high. Obviously the word Ohana is much bigger. That is deliberate. I do like the idea that the first word is nice and big, and then because there's lots and lots of words in this quote, usually I'm a fan of short, sharp quotes because they're less effort to put in. I shouldn't say that, should I? But this is quite a long quote by my standards, so the writing has got a lot smaller. I'm just going in and trying to make it as bulked out and looks like a type font. That's the idea. And then I'll go in and add a bit of colour at a later date. But I knew that this was going to be the biggest part of this spread. It was going to take me the longest, so I got it out the way first, and then the rest of it was meant to be just smooth sailing. Something new for 2019, I'm going to be using some vertical daily spaces, and I'm going to split it all up by hour. So on the left hand side I will do a little garland doodle, and that's where I'll have sort of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and so on. So I'm going to split my days up and really see where my hours are being taken up. I might even colour code them and see what activities I'm spending time on. I don't know yet. I haven't got that far, but I know I'm going to start to break it down. I've got boxes on the right, one for notes. I always find having a note section really good, especially when I'm doing something that's broken down by hours in the day. If I don't know when or where I'm going to be able to do something, I get it all in the notes, and then when I get each day into this journal, I can start transferring things out of my notes into when I think I'm going to be able to schedule them in. I just find it's a good process. And then the box down below will have a little extra doodle. And then because at the top I've got a nice big white space, it wouldn't be my videos if it wasn't a little Disney doodle just to brighten up the spread. What you can't see in this video is just out of shot to the left is my phone, and I do have the doodle that I want to draw on that phone. I'm certainly not that great that I can just doodle these from memory. I do have a phone next to me, so I am looking at that. Things that I look out for are, where do the eyes finish? Are they in line with the bottom of the nose, the top of the nose, the middle of the nose? So I'm really looking for key points out of something that I'm copying. For the fact, like the hair on the right is right at the top with Stitch's hair. Just trying to find key anchors that I can get a bit of perspective on. That's usually the trick. If you can keep an eye on making sure that everything matches up or is in line with something else in the picture, it tends to work out better for perspective. And then for colour wise, I know that the majority of the colours within my doodles are blues and reds. I'm going to transfer that and use some of that in the rest of the spread so that it all looks put together. So I'm going to do a mixture of blues from dark right through to light. And then because my lilac purples are pretty blue in their shades, I'm going to put them in with some pink and then just keep those set blocks of colours. So the colours that I've used on my headers, they're sort of the colours that I'm going to use throughout the spread. I do use a marginal amount of orange on that garland, but hey, I think sometimes you can break any rule you set for yourself. I think a little bit of orange doesn't do it too much harm. I've even put in a bit of a teal for this little guy. But then he has to stay that colour because that's the colour that he is. So keep those colours, sort of 5, 6 core colours, keep them in different shades and you'll find that it will look much more put together. The only exception is clearly if you're doing a rainbow theme, in which case bust out every single colour you have and just go to town. I've had marginal success with vertical layouts like this where I've tracked myself hour by hour. But there are so many different things that I'm going to be doing in next week and different types of activities that I thought it might be a really good time for me to do this layout and then to work out where there's spaces and times. Even if I don't do the activity next week, at least at the end of it I'll be able to look back and go, there was space, I just failed to use it productively. Have you got a go-to weekly layout that seems to really work for you, or are you still trying to find that perfect layout? Let me know in the comments below and we'll have a chat about weeklies. But as always guys, I'll see you next week for some more uploads. Have a great one and I'll see you soon.